Laios and the others are heading down the labyrinth as they come across another closed door and Chilchuk attempts to unlock it. At this point, Laios suggests that they call it a day since they've been walking for quite some time now. Suddenly, a loud growling sound is heard and Chilchuk immediately realizes that it's coming from Marcel's stomach. She tries her best to relegate these charges, but it seems like no one is even listening to her. Senshi, however, comments that it is completely normal since they haven't eaten in a long time, but he is still against taking a break and urges that they should at least make it to the 4th floor. Laios, on the other hand, asserts that the monsters will get tougher with each floor and they should conserve their energy if they want to survive. In the meantime, Chilchuk succeeds in unlocking the door and upon entering it, they come across a massive dining hall. After assessing their surroundings, Chilchuk comments that it's just a dead haunting place and there aren't even any rats here. At that moment, Laios notices something strange about the paintings here as suddenly, he starts getting sucked into it, but Marcel manages to save him just in time. However, much to her surprise, Laios starts scolding her, asserting that he wanted to get sucked in so that he can savor the grapes inside the painting. This makes them wonder if Laios is still sane as Senshi reminds him of the saying pie in the clouds. Laios asserts that he remembers it, but he still persists that the food inside the painting would be edible. With no other option left, Senshi suggests that they tie a rope around Laios and let him do whatever he desires. After carefully deciding on a painting, Laios dives right into it. Inside the painting, a mysterious woman mistakes him for the castle guard and instructs him to carry some fruits. Following her, Laios reaches a massive hallway where the king is caressing his child. He overhears the conversation between the king and the queen, and them naming their baby, but he is still focused on the food. Despite his efforts, Laios realizes that the maid won't let him eat anything, so he decides to leave this painting and pulls the rope as Marcel and the others pull him outside. He makes an excuse that the vibe wasn't right, so he couldn't eat anything, which results in him getting scolded again. Despite all this, he hasn't lost hope and decides on another painting, hoping that he'll get to eat something delicious this time around. Inside this painting, Laios comes across the same king and his grown-up child Delgul. As soon as he is about to eat something, it gets revealed that the king has been poisoned and with no other option left, Laios has to return back. He attempted to take some food with him, but it vanished as he left the painting. Despite all these failures, he wants to give it one last shot and this time around, he shows us a banquet where there is plenty of food. In this painting, Prince Delgul is getting crowned as the next king, but Laios is more focused on the food and finishes everything on the table. Just as he is about to leave, a mysterious elf recognizes that he doesn't belong to this castle and that he saw him at the time when the king got poisoned. The elf threatens to turn him into ashes, but Laios somehow manages to save himself and get outside. Even after eating this much, his stomach is still empty, which shocks him, and this proves that it was a pie in the sky. Following all this, they come across a room where Laios suggests that they spend the night as Senshi mocks him for wasting their time. Chilchuk also notices a mimic, but decides to keep it a secret since it is in the other room and he knows that Senshi and Laios would insist on eating it. If something like that happens, he would have to unlock it, and considering his dreadful memories with mimics, Chilchuk doesn't want to get near one. Seeing him distressed, Marcel questions the reason behind this, but Chilchuk refuses as Marcel comments that he always keeps secrets from them. Hearing this, Chilchuk asserts that he prefers to keep his job and personal life separate. During the night, Chilchuk notices that he has become quite sensitive to hunger ever since Senshi joined them. Previously, he had no issue staying hungry for 2 days, but things have gotten worse for him. With this, he decides to fetch some water from the other room and informs Marcel about it. She volunteers to accompany him, but Chilchuk refuses, stating that he'll be fine on his own. With this, he decides to go alone. After getting water from the room, he notices a coin bug and wonders if there's a colony nearby. He follows it in an attempt to find more, so he can satisfy his hunger somewhat. Much to his surprise, the coin bug enters the mimic room and Chilchuk follows it. He carelessly steps on a trap and the door closes. He had forgotten that he gets heavier with the water bag and can actually activate traps. He attempts to unlock the door from the outside, but fails. He then wonders if he should call for help, but realizes that it might attract monsters that will put Laios and the others in danger. With no other option left, Chilchuk has to figure something out on his own. He carefully assesses his surroundings and eventually comes across an ancient writing, but fails to comprehend what it reads. He then assembles the intel he has gathered so far, and according to him, there are 3 switches in this room, which makes him wonder if he has to push them in a specific order. Unfortunately, there is a switch behind the mimic as well. Chilchuck wanders around for some clues regarding these switches, but all in vain. Disappointed, he accidentally settles down on the mimic, and before he could realize, it was already too damn late as a monster appears from the mimic, and he even presses a switch. With this, spikes appear from the ground and skewer the monster. Chilchuck is relieved that the mimic is dead, but much to his surprise, it is still alive. As the monster is following him, Chilchuck remembers all the useless stuff Laios told him about them, and with no other option left, he presses another switch that spawns spikes from the ground. This time around, the spikes have managed to kill the mimic. Relieved that the mimic is finally dead, Chilchuck comes across a box he thought was the mimic and notices the coin bug inside it. Upon seeing it closely, he realizes that the writing on the coin is similar to the one he came across earlier. In the meantime, it is revealed that that mimic is still alive. Now that Chilchuck understands what the saying on the wall meant, he quickly deciphers the traps and eventually manages to unlock the door, saving himself from the mimic as well. With all of this going on, Marcel is worried that Chilchuck hasn't returned and awakens Laios to go look for him. As soon as they get outside, they witness Chilchuck lying on the floor as Marcel apologizes. Laios and Senshi, on the other hand, are shocked to see that Chilchuck managed to kill a mimic, and at this point, we all know what is going to happen. Chilchuck comments that it is useless to argue with Laios, and with this, Senshi begins preparing a massive feast. However, even after cooking the mimic properly, Laios is facing difficulty in scooping out the meat. Seeing this, Senshi suggests that they use Chilchuck's picking tools, and that too against his will. Just like any other monster they had prepared, the boiled mimic turned out to be fascinating. As they are feasting, Marcel questions Chilchuck about keeping the mimic a secret, as he reveals that he has some unpleasant memories with mimic and he prefers steering clear from them. He also reveals that reason for following the coin bug, as he thought that the mimic might devour it, but Laios clears his misunderstanding by explaining that coin bugs are actually the ones that devour mimics. After this weird conversation, Marcel forces Chilchuck to reveal his real age, as he tells them that he'll turn 29 this year, with Senshi and Marcel commenting that he really is a child. Chilchuck is finally opening up to Marcel and the others. I always thought that his personality was a bit conservative, but things are getting better. Make sure to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on anything.